The bridge and the economy. A surprising connection. A small bridge closes. The old structure spans a minor river on a secondary route. For years, it went largely unnoticed. Then, one day, inspectors find a critical flaw. For safety, the bridge is shut down. Trucks that once crossed must take a longer route. The detour adds 45 minutes. Delays begin to stack up. First, we examine the visible problem, then the hidden mechanism behind it, and finally the system effect almost nobody sees coming. A local factory relies on these trucks for a just-in-time supply chain. Deliveries are delayed by hours. Small delays accumulate, disrupting production rhythms. Shipment schedules fall out of sync. A client, on a tight schedule, cancels. The financial loss hits a major local employer, and the ripple begins. How can one small piece of infrastructure trigger such a cascade? How can its failure ripple through a local economy, leading to lost jobs and diminished prosperity? This is the central puzzle of infrastructure. It is not merely about concrete. It is not merely about steel. It is about the connections. It is about the flows. It is about the delicate dependencies. The physical world sets the rules for the economic one, often in ways not immediately obvious. Economies are not abstract entities. They are complex systems, grounded in the physical reality of movement, grounded in connection. The efficiency of movement depends on infrastructure quality. When a link in that chain is weakened or broken, the system must adjust. Adjustments are not always smooth or proportional. Sometimes a small disruption creates a large, lasting impact. The closed bridge did more than add travel time. It introduced friction, uncertainty, and cost into a system built for efficiency. What exactly is infrastructure? The term refers to the fundamental systems and services that an area needs to function properly. This includes the physical structures we see every day: roads, railways, ports, airports, power lines, pipelines. Data cables carry the information that drives the modern digital economy. These are the visible, tangible components of the system, the skeleton upon which the body of the economy is built. Without them, the movement of goods, people, and ideas would grind to a halt. Goods, people, ideas. But infrastructure extends beyond physical assets. It includes the soft institutional frameworks that make society predictable: law, finance, and technical standards, courts that enforce contracts, banks that allocate capital, standards that keep products compatible and safe. Infrastructure in its truest sense is the entire operating system for an economy. If this was useful, like and comment with one local bottleneck you see. To truly grasp how infrastructure shapes economic outcomes, we must look beyond the surface. This essay will guide you through 3 distinct layers of understanding. First, the visible problem, the level where most analysis stops. When growth stalls, people point to a shrinking workforce, a lack of business capital, or weak consumer demand. These facts do not exist in a vacuum. Their impact is mediated by the underlying infrastructure system. Second, the hidden mechanism. A good road network is a mechanism for changing time, cost, and choice. Reduce travel time. Costs fall, margins rise, choices expand. A new highway shortens the link between factory and port. Across thousands of trips, small time gains become large cost reductions. Lower prices to compete, or invest savings into expansion. Third, the system effect. The part most people miss. Small changes do not just add up, they compound and interact. Chronic delays accumulate into large burdens. Businesses move toward efficient hubs. Others narrow their market, and the region reshapes around these decisions. At its core, infrastructure sets 3 fundamental constraints on any economy: time, cost, and reliability. Time, cost, reliability. Time governs how fast goods, services, and people move. A high-speed rail line lets a consultant serve 2 cities in a day. An inefficient port, clogged with paperwork and slow-moving cranes, can leave perishable cargo on a dock for days, destroying its value. Time is a direct input into cost. Infrastructure costs include fuel wasted in traffic and the price of electricity to run a plant. Reliability is about predictability. 99% uptime can still be crippling if outages are frequent and unpredictable. Scheduled times lose meaning when delays are routine. Unreliability forces costly buffers, inventory, backup power, a hidden tax that raises interest rates, deters investment, and slows growth. Infrastructure does more than constrain. It actively shapes incentives. Its layout and quality guide where people live, where they work, and where firms invest. Reliable, extensive transit lets people live farther from downtown, easing core housing pressure and seeding vibrant suburbs. With only congested highways, people crowd near jobs, driving up urban real estate prices. Major cargo airports and rail hubs incentivize logistics and manufacturing firms to cluster. As clusters grow, supplier depth and skilled labor rise, making the location even more attractive. The highway does not force clustering. It makes it the most logical, profitable choice. Weak roads and slow internet disincentivize modern firms. Talented young people leave for better connected regions. New highways draw activity along corridors, sometimes bypassing older towns. Install fiber in one neighborhood, not another. The connected area gains residents and firms. These incentives are always present. Understanding them matters because infrastructure decisions are policy choices that sculpt a nation's economic geography. Small delays matter far more than most assume. In a connected world, a one-day delay can cascade. If inputs are late, the line may stop. Firms hold more inventory as buffer, but inventory ties up capital, space, insurance, and management, costs that pass to customers or erode profits. Persistent delay acts like a persistent tax. Systems have thresholds. Below them, flow is smooth. Above them, delay spikes. A small volume increase can trigger massive congestion. Power, internet, and airports follow the same nonlinear dynamics. Improving an underused road yields little. Adding one lane at a threshold bottleneck can unlock outsized value. Recognizing thresholds separates catalytic projects from costly mistakes. If you want more episodes like this, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us which system you want explained next. Infrastructure and growth form powerful feedback loops, virtuous or vicious. Expand a port. Ships turn faster. Exporters' costs fall and products gain an edge. Higher margins fuel expansion, hiring, and entry into new markets. More trade raises port revenue, funding new cranes and deeper channels, lowering costs further. A self-reinforcing engine of growth emerges. In reverse, poor roads raise fuel, maintenance, and shipping times. Margins thin, investment slows, and firms leave. The tax base shrinks, maintenance is cut, and conditions deteriorate further. Targeted, catalytic investments can reverse the loop, shifting decline into growth. A small improvement at a critical bottleneck can unlock outsized prosperity. The cumulative effects of constraints, incentives, and loops are not evenly distributed. Early high-quality infrastructure creates durable advantages, attracting firms, investment, and skilled workers. Growth begets growth. High wages, abundant opportunity, vibrant culture. Bypassed places struggle to attract or keep firms. Many residents leave. Path dependence means past choices constrain today. Canal and rail hubs often became highway-era hubs. Once momentum sets in, reversing course is hard. New roads alone seldom fix weak ecosystems of suppliers, skills, and innovation. The system-wide effects of past infrastructure decisions lock in disparities for generations. The true significance of infrastructure is not in concrete, steel, or fiber, but in the levers they provide. By tuning time, cost, and reliability, we change incentives for every business and person, guiding where people live, where firms invest, and which regions prosper. Small frictions compound through thresholds and feedback loops. Clearing a key bottleneck can trigger a virtuous cycle. To foster growth, stop treating infrastructure as standalone objects. Manage it as a dynamic system. Map delays. Measure time, cost, reliability. Anticipate thresholds. When we pull the right levers at the right place and time, entire economies shift onto more prosperous and equitable paths, even as local context keeps the challenge open. You've been watching System Atlas, exploring how the world systems really work. Share your comments below. See you in our next episode.